What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. It is officially Modern Warfare 2 season. Yes, people are apparently playing the game right now. People are switching their location to New Zealand and whatever. So people are getting early access into it. Unfortunately for me, I still have to wait until I think midnight tonight or 10 p.m. tonight, something like that, before I can actually play the game. But I'm excited. I'm excited for launch night. I'm excited to actually get into the game and see how the game feels. I've been seeing a lot of reception on Twitter about how movement feels, about how the camos work, all that stuff. I'm gonna talk a bit about that in this Search and Destroy beta gameplay. This is actually my last Modern Warfare 2 gameplay before the game actually launches, so it works out pretty nicely in terms of timing. This video is going to be kind of a hodgepodge of a bunch of random news and just my thoughts on it. I'm going to talk about the maps, the camos, the updates from the feedback from before. So it's going to be a lot of random stuff, but it's all about Modern Warfare 2, all about my thoughts. A lot of it is actually pretty positive, so hopefully you enjoy that. Hopefully you enjoy the positivity out of a video from my channel for once. So if you do, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Okay, we're really close to 8,000 subscribers. I'd really appreciate it if we can get there pretty fast here, but yeah, thanks so much for watching. Let's get into it. First up, I want to say that the museum map from the beta has apparently been removed. There are only 10 base 6v6 maps in Modern Warfare 2, which is odd because we should have more. I'm pretty sure we heard that there was going to be 12 to 14. I don't think we heard 16, but I'm pretty sure we heard 12 to 14. And if you count the museum map, there's 11. And then I'm sure the shipment or shoot house is going to come back as well. So it's going to be probably 12 or so within a few days. So hopefully that happens, but I just wanted to point that out. That's kind of odd. I don't know exactly what's going on with that, but yeah, museum is not in the game so far. Now I want to switch gears over to talk about the Infinity Ward community update, because apparently a lot of good stuff has changed since the beta. It didn't seem like they were actually listening to fan feedback in the beginning, but apparently they are. So let's talk about enemy visibility first, okay? We have added diamond icons above the heads of enemies. This should make it easier for players to identify opponents in the game. Also, we've tweaked lighting and contrast to improve enemy visibility. So this was a huge talking point earlier because a lot of people could not see, between, they couldn't differentiate between a dead body and someone going prone. And that, if you ever played a shooter game, that is very annoying. Okay, you don't want to shoot at dead bodies the entire time, but you also don't want to get killed by someone just hiding, in a grass or in a bush or something like that. That doesn't feel good, right? So as a compromise, they're adding diamond icons above the heads, and I'm assuming, if you see a blue one, it's a teammate. If you see a red one, it's an enemy. I'm hoping they make it that simple. Again, I haven't played the game yet, so I haven't been able to, exactly tell. But this is a step in the right direction. Again, I think a lot of us would love name tags. I don't understand the hesitation to add it, but for what it's worth, I guess they're kind of listening. I guess they're trying to do their best here. Next up, in terms of audio, they've shortened the overall range of footstep audio, which will allow enemy players to get closer to targets before they're able to detect footsteps. I think that's really big. It's not just that the footsteps were loud, it's that you could hear them a mile away. That was my bigger concern. I don't necessarily care about, loud footsteps. Obviously I don't love them, but I think the fact that you can tell 5-6 seconds away, that is too much. If they were loud, but they're only loud 2-3 seconds away, that's completely different. And I think that's kind of the tweak, the change that Infinity Ward has made to footsteps, which is good. Okay, this is exactly the change that I wanted. Again, if you want to make them lower, I don't mind that, especially because dead silence is not a perk. I don't mind that, if you want to do that, go ahead. But for what it's worth, this is not a bad change as well. Going along the lines of dead silence, apparently the in-world activation sound effect volume range for the dead silence field upgrade, because it's still a field upgrade, has been drastically decreased. And I think what they're talking about here is the little button you press to go dead silent, because that was kind of loud, basically signaling, hey, I'm about to be quiet now. So you just let everyone know that you're about to be quiet. It makes no sense. Yeah, that they have apparently tweaked and made way quieter, so obviously a good thing. I don't know if we should be applauding them for that, because that's kind of a no-brainer decision. Again, for third-person stuff, I don't mind third-person stuff, but I don't think I'm going to be spending a whole lot of time in it. But, if you do, this applies to you. Basically, aiming down sights will now stay in the third-person POV for low zoom optics. Only ACOG and higher zoom optics and special optics like high-res and thermals will revert to first-person. So basically, there's less of a disconnect if you have not an ACOG, but a red dot, an iron sight. If you just basically ADS and it switches to first-person, it's kind of jarring. It's why am I switching back and forth so much? So now it's only going to switch if you have an ACOG or higher scope. So that's a good change. It makes a lot of sense to me. They've done some weapon feedback changes as well from the beta, as well as from in-game data. So it looks like we're going to be expecting a lot of weapon tuning. I didn't think weapon tuning was that bad overall from the beta. I think that the M4 was obviously like the best and most used weapon, but that's because we only had like 4 or 5 weapons to choose from. So I don't know how much you could do with that. Apparently they're changing a lot of things from the UI, hopefully for the better, because that UI was just nasty to look at, not very fun. Movement, slide, ledge hang, and dive have been further refined. We've also addressed some movement exploits following the beta. It looks like, based on Charlie Intel, based on I think exclusive Ace, it does look like movement is more smooth than from the beta. So that's a very, very good thing. I'm glad that's happening. And lastly, here in their notes here, the matchmaking. They've implemented some changes to aim to reduce lobby disbandment from matches. So again, they're just trying to fix that so that you can stay in the game for longer than one at a time. And that's mostly applicable to me, at least for search and destroy. You know, especially if you lose as a team to another 6-stack, yeah, chances are I'm going to want to get back in there and you know, do a lot better and try to beat them. That's kind of it for the Modern Warfare 2 launch update notes. Honestly, they've pretty much addressed every single thing that most of the fans, including me, were like bitching about. Okay, that's honestly a lot of good stuff in this. We have to see to what degree they've changed things, you know, like if they lower the footstep but only like a tiny bit, then obviously it's not going to do much for me, right? So we're going to see in game, and I'm going to play it and hopefully make a video for like Saturday or something. I'm going to be touching grass this weekend, unfortunately, but I will be able to play a little tonight and a little tomorrow morning. So hopefully I can squeeze time to make a video, because, you know, life's been busy recently. But yeah, that's basically kind of been it for so far about Modern Warfare 2 in terms of the launch update. The last thing I want to talk about here, while I got some time left over, is the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 camo system. Apparently, it's way less of a grind compared to past COD titles. So essentially, from what I hear, basically unlocking gold camo seems too good to be true, in the sense of like, say you get a certain amount of kills with the M4, you get a certain camo. Then you get more kills without reloading, you get another camo. You know, kills, double kills, and then triple kills, and then boom, you get it. That's apparently it. That seems very, I don't know, very simple. You know, a lot of people are saying stuff like, this is so much better than Modern Warfare, Cold War, or Vanguard challenges. Seems actually reasonable for for casual players. There's no more kills while crouching, while leaning, no kills while mounting. You know, like a lot of stupid stuff is apparently out of the game. But again, this is just like, I don't even know where this picture came from, but Charlie Intel actually dropped it. It's like the M4 has the following base camo challenges. I think that this is for base camo challenges only, and then if essentially like later on you're gonna have different challenges. This honestly seems a little too good to be true. I'm kind of agreeing with it in terms of unlocking camos. You know, I don't think it should be like ridiculously hard, but honestly this seems kind of easy, especially for a game that's 2 years long, right? This game is going to be out until 2024, you know, when Treyarch drops something. So this does not seem like it's going to be true. It looks like the camo grind is going to be healthier. I'm just hoping it doesn't have to be this simple, but I'm just hoping that we don't have stupid long shots and mounting and like a million of each. Like, just make it like an intuitive camo grind. And speaking of the camos, they actually look really fire this year. I'm not gonna lie. Gold, platinum, I think it's called Orion, and polyatomic or poly something. Yeah, they look good. Okay, let's just put it that way. These camos look good this year. Hoping that it's simply just kills, multi-kills, or killing enemies without reloading. Hopefully you don't have to run certain stupid attachments like they made you do in Vanguard. Oh my god, use like a ACOG sight on a SMG, get 50 long shots. Like, oh my god, who's playing like that? You know, like those challenges were just like done. You could tell nobody played the game. Nobody at, you know, Sledgehammer Games has atomic camo. You can tell just based on how the camos work. Like, nobody's tweeting about like, hey, I got atomic. No, they're not playing their own game. They don't play test their own game, and they definitely didn't do their own camo system on their own game. Okay, because that was stupid, you know. So I'm hoping Joe Secott, hopefully he you know, has gold and all these camos on Modern Warfare 2, because it means that, hey, you know what, a reasonable player, a regular player could potentially get this. But that's it, man. We are so close to Modern Warfare 2 coming out. I think the hype train is finally kicking off. A lot of people are streaming it already, like I've been saying. Yeah, I will be making videos very, very frequently. This weekend is a bit of an anomaly because I'll be touching grass, but you know, as soon as the week's back, or as soon as I'm back from the week, yeah, dude, videos basically every single day. You know, I'm gonna try to do some live comps, try to do something, you know, because I'll be making videos every single day because yeah, we gotta get the channel back up to 8K. We gotta get moving here, and hopefully Modern Warfare 2 can help the channel take off. So again, thanks so much for the recent support. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you learned something. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe if you're new. Go ahead and leave in the comment section down below. What is your excitement level for Modern Warfare 2 out of 10? Okay, 1 being not excited at all, 10 being super duper cooper excited. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.